I only got one more night. I'm gonna leave out loud goodbye.
This gonna be the type
What
of
up,
night
what
that
up,
make
what up? It's your boy Mr. Vine. Mr. Vine channel, Sweatbox, we back, we live, we active here on the channel. Yes, indeed, you know how we do. Still dodging those digital jabs, baby. Things have been so crazy and so busy on my side of the world. How have y'all been? That's good. We'll get into it. But for right now, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 spoiler review. I saw this movie opening weekend, even though I'm just now doing the review. You guys know how I do. If you guys have been to the channel before, you know. This movie was really, 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 really good. The emotional beats in this movie were on point. Like I said, spoiler review, I'm spoiling everything. The character development was great. The spot where we leave our characters, being that this is the last Guardians film since James Gunn is now employed by DC / Warner Media / Discovery Warner, whatever you want to call it now, Max. Look, man, this movie's really good. What's his name as who plays the High Evolutionary? He was a really good bad guy. He got a little yelly towards the end. I believe that's what I heard my man Christian Harloff say. He got a little yelly towards the end, which is true. But man, his villainy radar was pretty good as far as his just the evil things that he was doing. The opening scene, Rocket being the main focus of this story, was just really cool. I was really into that. His character arc in all three of these films has really been my favorite thing to me, and including the character arc that he goes through in Infinity War and Endgame, with him and Nebula being the only two survivors of their whole family. Everybody else just got snapped away by Thanos. So I love, and basically coming off the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which I thought was hilarious and just well done. I love this. I love the Easter eggs in this about Kevin Bacon spilling the beans about him being kidnapped by aliens. But the opening scene of Rocket, of the High Evolutionary reaching in and taking Rocket out of the thing, man, that was just really... And the fact that we actually get confirmation that Rocket is from Earth. He really is a raccoon from Earth. You see in the cage, we see towards the end, the cage has the location and the species and all that. He's a raccoon from Earth. So yeah, he truly is Rocket Raccoon. I love the fact that we finally get the original comic accurate outfits from the Guardians in this one, man. That was really cool. I'm bouncing all over the place as usual, but you know how we do with these reviews. Drax's storyline. Obviously, the comedy's there. You know what I'm saying? Like when they land on the planet and he hits the little boy with the face with the ball. He's just a lot of funny stuff from Drax in this, but his emotional arc, especially at the end, and his connection with the kids on the High Evolutionary ship, I was really into all of that. So, shouts out, a good way to send off Drax. What's his name? Craggle, or dude with the arrow, with the arrow that he got from Yondu. Him and what's the one thing that didn't really work for me? Him and Cosmo's relationship. How the whole running joke of him calling him a bad dog, I never really landed for me. Having said that, that didn't take away from the movie at all. What else I want to say? Let's talk about Peter Quill. How at the beginning of the movie where we find him, he's just really still a broken individual, drunken, just a drunken stupor from still missing Gamora. And almost immediately, you know what I'm saying, as we see the Guardians, almost immediately they're attacked by Adam Warlock. And good scene, great action scene. It's the scene that wounds. It's the catalyst for what happens to Rocket as Adam Warlock fatally wounds Rocket, and they go to heal him, and they can't heal him because of his cybernetics. So then that sets off a course of them doing everything that they need to do to save Rocket's life, and that leads them to the High Evolutionary and everything like that. Other than that, Adam Warlock is basically a side note in this film. He has a couple other fight scenes that are cool, but that's about it, man. This movie's, I like to say again, I like how they ended off with his character with him kind of being a good guy and him joining up with the Guardians and all that. But man, he really wasn't used that well in this movie. It wasn't bad. It just he wasn't memorable, like you expect Adam Warlock to be. You know what I'm saying? Again, Chris Pratt and Gamora, their relationship in this was the best scene. One of the funniest scenes was when they're in the elevator. He's like, the woman I love dies and comes back a total dick. Nebula's like, you're leaving out some key details, but that's basically it. That was all hilarious. I loved all of that. The funniest joke in the movie to me is when they're on Earth and he's trying to get Nebula in the car. She can't figure out how to open the door. He's like, you push the button. Okay, I pushed it. Then what? Then get in the fucking car. I cracked up. Oh, I cracked up. That was the funniest shit in the whole movie. Oh, man, that was hilarious. So kudos to them for that. The whole relationship with Rocket and I don't remember the girl's name, but that was a really good relationship. Everything about his relationship with the people, you know what I'm saying, how he ended up getting all of his friends killed trying to escape High Evolutionary, just murdered all of them, bro. I was like, man, that was savage. That was cold-blooded. And then at the end, when first of all, after he murdered Rocket's friends, Rocket fucked him up. Just scratched his face off. We see at the end he's got the fake face. Rocket pulls his face off, and you can just see all the damage that Rocket did to him. It was amazing. I love how he hated Rocket because Rocket was smart enough to figure out the thing he couldn't. So Rocket really was special. So I loved that. Mantis, not really a lot happened with her at the end. She ends up leaving to try to, I don't remember what she left for. But the new Guardians end up being Drax, Nebula, Rocket, this one of the kids who they saved from the High Evolutionary ship, and Adam Warlock. So that's the new Guardians team at the end of the movie. As Peter ends up going back to Earth and reuniting with his grandfather. So it's going to be interesting to see because he's going to be on Earth now. So is he going to end up working with the Avengers? What's going to happen? He's not just going to be normal. You know what I'm saying? He's Star-Lord. So I like that. I thought that ending was really cool. I love the fact that they never rekindle the relationship between Gamora and Peter. They come to a mutual thing. There's a moment where she was like, I bet we were fun together. You know, saying, even though she ends up going back to the Ravagers because she's basically in charge of the Ravagers, and that's her family. That's the family she knows, and her and Peter just never happened. It just was never. And I like that. It just goes to show you that that was a different Gamora. It was not the same Gamora. So there's no reason to think that she would be in love with Peter. So I like that was really well done. The Groot, I didn't even speak about Groot. So the evolution of Groot in this one was really good. He had some really cool action scenes. He has some really cool action scenes. I love when he like cocooned up Adam Warlock for a minute. That was dope. And then when he had all the guns hidden in his branch, that was a really good scene. That whole fight scene on the High Evolutionary ship when they pushed the dude out there, it was great. It was the action in this movie was really, really good. I don't have a problem with none of that. This was definitely vintage Marvel, old school Marvel, if you want to call it that. It was really good. This movie was really well done. I can't say enough about it. This was a return to form for Marvel. I'm going to give this movie like an 8.5 out of 10. This is a really, really good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Go see the movie, and we can talk about it some more maybe. But let me see, what else am I forgetting that I want to talk about? That's about it, I guess. That is my spoiler review of Guardians 3. I like this movie a lot. Go see it. Until next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when we upload. Check out the travel vlogs, man. I am headed to Thailand in about 4 days. What's today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I leave on Sunday for a 22-hour flight to Phuket, Thailand, with a short stop off in Bangkok so I can switch planes. Actually, I have 2 layovers. I have a stop in Istanbul, and then I have a stop in Bangkok before our actually final destination is Phuket. It's a lot of flying, but it's going to be fun. Come along with me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sweatbox Travel over on Instagram, and of course Mr. Vaughn's travel vlogs over here. Until next time, check out the Etsy store, man. Go get you a Sweatbox Travel t-shirt. Back Live Active t-shirts. And until next time, you know how we do. Peace!
I'ma go to the ends with you. I'ma go to the end with you. I'ma go to the end with you. I'ma go